With every second that's passing, life is continuing everywhere for everyone that's alive. And those seconds turn into minutes and hours and days and weeks and months and years. And still the same problems, the same injustices, the same inequalities are still here. How long have they been here for? Hundreds, thousands of years? We're divided as a species into countries, into races, into ethnicities, into groups, into all different types of ways to break us up. Whereas we're one species, all together, brothers and sisters. We're all responsible for each other. And yet most people don't see that because of how they've been taught to be in a family unit, in a town, in a county, in a country, in a continent. We are living our lives, with all these faculties that we have, with all the discernment, all the truth that we can find, and yet the change is minimal. A lot of us are not happy with the way things are, whether it's government, politics, schools, education, healthcare, all the different things that we're all not happy about. Protests that are happening in London for Brexit, both ways. Protests that are happening in France. Protests happening in Venezuela. Protests all around the world over, different fractions. But yet we're all still suffering, or the majority of those people are suffering. We're suffering with hunger, with starvation, with no housing, with people on the streets, with all these types of scenarios that are taking place every second, every minute, every week, every month, every year, every decade, every century, on and on and on. It's not changing. Are we all going to spend our lives just talking and fighting for the change, protesting, standing up, and it's still not changing? And us as a species being divided, and when, no matter which way you look at it, we're free to do whatever we want to do. The way we live is the choice that we all make, and we all are participating in that. When is the time? The time is gone, the time is now, the time is to come. I'm just worried that we're all going to get older, and it still will be the same injustices and inequalities, the same lies, the same balance of power, poverty and wealth and thrones. And then the generation that we produce will go through the same process, and their generation and their generation. But we have the numbers. We all of us, every single individual on this planet that is alive now should want everyone to live a better life. And what's stopping us? Because we're free to do whatever we want. Are we going to hide behind the fact that we're going to follow processes from hundreds of years ago? Money, banks, systems, education, lies, government. Are we going to hide behind those things and say, well, it's because of that? Well, who's propping them up? We all are. The people before that held on to it have died, and we've picked it up and we've carried it on. All of us. Take care, take it easy. God bless. And peace.